6 books with me to present to you guys. Okay. Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Devin and I'm so excited to have you here with me. Today is August 1st, if this is going up on time. And today I have all of the books that I read in July to show to you. Sorry if I'm being a little bit quiet. It is 11:38 p.m. It's like quiet time in my world. But yes, I've decided that we're just gonna go through all of the books that I read this month. There are 6 here. I'm currently reading another one too, and I will tell you that one as well when we get there. The first book that I read this month was The Silent Patient, and let me just give like a little bit of an overview. I did this last month for like my June wrap-up video. I had notes and such. This month I do not have notes just because I didn't take any and I was like on vacation and I read a lot of books on vacation. So, or not, I didn't read a lot of books on vacation, but I read a lot of books and then just forgot to write overviews for them afterwards, but I still have a pretty good memory of what they were about. So, the first book being The Silent Patient by Alex I don't want to say his last name wrong. I don't want to say it wrong. Michaelides? I don't know. But by Alex somebody. This book is about basically this woman who kills her husband, and then she is sent into like this like mental prison basically, and a psychotherapist comes in and tries to help her, and as he's in there he's going through his own personal struggles and he's kind of seeing I don't know, a lot of parallels in like his life to her life, and he's kind of like having a deeper understanding of her, and you can kind of see that there's some kind of relationship forming between the two, and you're kind of like, what is this relationship? You're trying to figure out, you know, the twists and turns. You're trying to figure out like, why did she kill her husband? You're trying to figure out what's going on in his personal life, and it's just overall a pretty good book. I believe that I gave this book 4.5 stars. It was very good. I did not guess the twist. I don't know, it was kind of lackluster almost, and it was kind of like there could have been more for the plot line, but other than that it was actually a really good book. The second book that I read this month was Little Women. This is a very hefty boy. This book is 777 pages, which is a lot of pages, and that's about the size of 2 books that I would read normally. But nonetheless, I love the movie Little Women. I love Amy March so much. Amy will forever hold a special place in my heart. I know that most people are Team Joe and such, but I'm definitely Team Amy. Just because Florence Pugh plays her, and then I love the character so much because of that. But this is a book about 4 sisters and their life during, I think it's the Civil War, like the 1800s, and they're just growing up. They're becoming, you know, young adults, and it's about their life. This book was a 4-star read for me. I actually really liked this book. I thought it was very well written. I thought it was very nice. But the book is written in the 1800s, or, you know, that time period, by Louisa May Alcott. Louisa May Alcott, yeah. So the language is still 1800s, so it's a little bit hard to understand and kind of try to understand what they're trying to say. But other than that, it was really good, and I definitely recommend that book to read. It's a classic, and I think that everybody should read it if they have the time to, or if they have the chance. Hi, Editing Devin here, and I realized I haven't done an editing little mini video in a pretty long time. But I just wanted to say that Little Women was a 5-star read for me, so that doesn't encourage you to go read it. I don't know what will. Okay, bye. The next book that I read was Daisy Jones and the Six. And this is by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo last month and absolutely loved it. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid a lot. I love her writing style so much. She's probably my favorite author at the moment, at least. This is basically about this rock band called The Six, and based in the 70s. And they're kind of, there's like sand in this book because I read this on the beach. Yikes. But anyways, The Six, they're building up their band, and then all of a sudden they are told they need a feature on their album or on one of their songs to make it sound better, and Daisy Jones is who they choose to be their duet. This song ends up being a hit. Daisy ends up signing with the band, and then you see kind of a relationship start to form with Jay-Z and another character, and it's just a really great book. I think that the ending, I was definitely shocked. There's a twist. There's a twist in pretty much all of the Taylor Jenkins Reid books, which is really nice. And I don't expect them, so don't know if you would, but if you do, that's really cool. But yeah, this was a book based in the 70s, like I said, and I'm like so obsessed with the 70s right now, so that of course was going to be a 4, you guys are gonna laugh at me, 4.75 read. I loved it so much, and it definitely will like resonate with me. I feel like I'm not giving too great of descriptions of the books just because I don't want to give too much away and I don't have anything written down to like guide me. But yeah, that book was really great. I loved it, and I love the 70s vibe to it. The next book that I read is also by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and that is Malibu Rising. Now this book, I expected it to be like all about based in the water, all about that. Like, look at this cover and look at this beautiful cover. But it's so much more than that. So I don't know if I'm let down or more surprised and shocked. I don't know where I stand on that, but hopefully, I don't know. This book is about 4 siblings, and their mother has passed away, and their father's pretty much like a deadbeat. I accidentally forgot to mention that the father, Riva, I don't know how to say the name, but Riva is also a character from The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Whether they are like the same person, I don't know, but I believe that this guy was a rock star in the Evelyn Hugo book, and the character seemed very similar, so I don't know if this was on purpose, on accident, or they just happen to have like the same name, but I thought that that was pretty cool that like her world was put together. Evelyn Hugo, I believe, was also mentioned in this book, so it would make sense if, like it's the same person, but even if it wasn't, I thought that that was pretty cool that her universes were coming together. But anyways, it goes through like their life as like adults, and this party that they throw every year at the oldest sister Nina's house, and on this last year there's a fire that breaks out as like everything's coming undone. There's a fire that breaks out, and you're kind of trying to figure out who started this fire. And then at the same time, you're also traveling through how the parents met, the parents, their relationship together, how they fall apart, and what happens to the mom and dad, and actually the kids as well, and like the trauma that they go through. It was a really great book. This book was 4 stars for me because, like I said, it wasn't really what I expected, but I still loved it nonetheless. I love her writing style. I just think that it's very plot-based, which is nice for me. I love to have like really in detail where I can see everything that's happening in my mind. Next book that I read was People We Meet on Vacation, which is by Emily Henry. This book, I expected a lot more. I believe that it was very overhyped. Unpopular opinion, I know, but I just didn't really like it. I think I gave it 3 stars. It just wasn't for me. Maybe I find that adult romances always let me down, so but this book was about they're basically friends to enemies to lovers to like friends to enemies to friends to lovers. I don't know. It's about this girl, her name is Poppy, and this boy, his name is Alex, I believe. Yeah, Poppy and Alex, and they go on vacation pretty much every year after they met in college, and it's showing them on this vacation after something terrible happens between the two of them. Terrible. It wasn't even that terrible to me. I don't know why that like ended their friendship, but whatever. It's like, you know, something terrible happens, like I said, and you know, you're trying to like, it's very awkward and you're kind of like breaking barriers kind of thing. And then you're also following the storyline of them back when they would go on vacation every year, trying to work your way up to what happened. I thought that this book was okay. I liked the writing style. I was kind of bored half the time. I think that it was kind of drawn out and it didn't need to be, but that's my personal opinion. I know a lot of people loved it. It was 5 stars for a lot of people, but not for me personally. Like I said, adult romance is not really for me, so yeah. Something to talk about is the last book that I can officially say that I read in July, and this book is by Meryl Wilsner. This is why I don't say the names, because I don't know how to pronounce names. But this is about Jo Jones, who is like this icon in I keep hitting myself in the face. An icon in like the director world of Hollywood, and her relationship with her assistant Emma. So it's kind of them forming a relationship. I felt like they had no chemistry whatsoever, and I was like not rooting for them to be like a couple in the end. I was like, I really don't care. I read that in 24 hours, which was part of a 24-hour readathon that's coming out soon. But I don't know, it was very like, the concept was really cool. In the beginning it was like they were seen on the red carpet together, and it seemed like they like were in love, and like people were saying that, you know, like, you know, Jo Jones and her assistant are like together, whatever. But then I kind of got like they kind of dragged it on for too long. I feel like they could have become a couple earlier on than they did, but just, I don't know. Like I said, adult romances keep letting me down. I like contemporary romances a lot better, or like YA ones. I don't know. But yeah, the book that I'm currently reading is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. Now, I actually can't tell you what this book is about because I don't know. I'm currently like 11 pages in, and it is the 30th when I'm filming this, so yeah, I don't really know if I'll finish it before tomorrow or before Sunday, but yeah, that's all that I really have to show you guys right now of all the books that I read this month. Sorry that, I mean, last month I read 7, which was quite a bit, but this month I only read 6, but that's because Little Women took me like a week and a half to read. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I know this is like kind of, it might have been kind of boring. I feel like me talking about the books ain't that interesting, but if there's anything else you want to see book-wise, food-wise, life-wise, let me know and I'll be more than happy to film it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you have time to. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I love you all so much. Thank you for watching. Bye. I love bagels. Yes, it's 12 o'clock at night, but I'm still gonna eat one. And what about it?
Where the hell my dad's shoes at?
Improvise my outfit, everybody bout it.